Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Unlike water, all minerals cannot be passively absorbed by the roots. Two factors account for this. One is minerals are present in the soil as charged particles like ions which cannot move across cell membrane, and second, the concentration of minerals in the soil is usually lower than the concentration of minerals in the roots. Therefore, most minerals must enter the root by active absorption into cytoplasm of epidermal cells. This needs energy in the form of ATP. The active uptake of ions is partially responsible for water potential gradient in roots and therefore for the uptake of water by osmosis. Some ions also move into the epidermal cells passively. Ions are absorbed from the soil by both passive and active transport. Specific proteins in the membrane of root hair cells actively pumps ions from the soil into the cytoplasm of the epidermal cells. Like all cells, the epidermal cells have many transport proteins embedded in their plasma membrane. They let some solutes across the membrane but not others. Transport proteins of epidermal cells are control points where a plant adjusts the quantity and types of solutes that reach the xylem. Note that the root endodermis, because of the layer of suberin, has the ability to actively transport ions in one direction only. Children, let us see the translocation of minerals and ions. After ions have reached xylem through active or passive uptake or a combination of two, their further transport up to the stem to all parts of the plant is through the transpiration stream. The chief sinks for the minerals elements are to growing regions of the plant such as apical and lateral meristem, young leaves, developing flowers, fruits, seeds and storage organs. Unloading of mineral ions occur at the fine vein ending through a diffusion and active uptake by the cells. Mineral ions are frequently remobilized, particularly from older sensing parts, and older dying leaves export much of their mineral content to younger leaves. Similarly, before leaf fall into deciduous plants, minerals are removed to other parts. Elements most readily mobilized are phosphorus, sulfur, nitrogen, and potassium. Some elements that are structural compounds like calcium are not remobilized. An analysis of xylem exudates shows that through some of the nitrogen travels as inorganic ions, much of it is carried into organic form as amino acids and related compounds. Similarly, all amounts of P and S are carried as organic compounds. In addition, small amount of exchange of minerals does not take place between xylem and phloem. Hence, it is not that we can clearly make a distinction and say categorically that xylem transport only inorganic nutrients while phloem transport only organic minerals, as was traditionally believed. Thank you.